The Bold and the Beautiful May 8th, 2025 recap and deep dive, Luna's vow, Hope's heartbreak, and Finn's emotional crossroads. The May 8th, 2025 episode of The Bold and the Beautiful plunges headfirst into a whirlwind of emotional reckoning, secrets, and relentless confrontation as Luna makes a vow that may shatter the fragile peace, while Hope reels from the soul-crushing truth about Liam's fate. The stakes are higher than ever and no one escapes the storm untouched. At the heart of this explosive installment is Luna, caught between obsession and longing, as she fights to break down walls built around her very identity. With her life in chaos and her mind racing with unanswered questions, she makes a dangerous vow. She will have a relationship with her biological father, Dr. John Finn Finnegan, whether anyone likes it or not. Luna is known for her cunning and resolve. She doesn't let the rules of others stop her, and certainly not Steffi's ironclad ultimatum to stay away. Steffi may be fiercely protective of her family and more determined than ever to keep Luna and Sheila out of her life, but Luna has no plans to fade into the background. She's a Forrester now, or at least half of one, and she's ready to fight for her place in that legacy. Luna's mind is torn. On one hand, she's obsessed with Will, who's now entangled with the fiery and elusive Electra, a new face on the LA social circuit, and a woman who sees right through Luna's every move. Electra's presence in Will's life only fuels Luna's obsession, but for now, her deeper focus is Finn. Her father, the man she barely knows but cannot forget. Every fiber in her being tells her that a bond with Finn is not only possible, it's inevitable. Despite Steffi's repeated demands, Luna isn't interested in playing by her rules. She's determined, strategic, and perhaps a little reckless. She's already mapped out her next move, one that bypasses Steffi entirely. She doesn't need permission. She needs access, and she's going to get it. Meanwhile, Finn finds himself in a state of mental disarray. As a doctor, he's used to staying calm, rational, composed. But his personal life is anything but orderly. The looming shadow of Liam Spencer's brain tumor has thrown everyone into emotional chaos. Finn has been the steady hand, the rational voice for Steffi and her children, trying to support her while helping Liam face his grim prognosis. But the pressure is mounting and Luna knows it. She sees the cracks forming in his armor. In a moment of calculated timing, Luna finds Finn alone, vulnerable, caught between grief for Liam and fear of what comes next. She seizes the moment, cornering him at the hospital after a shift when he's too exhausted to put up his usual resistance. "Don't shut me out," Luna pleads, eyes burning with urgency. "You don't get to pretend I'm not yours. I am. You know it. I feel it." Finn's defenses weaken. He's been running on empty, trying to balance the weight of Steffi's anger, Liam's fading future, and the swirl of guilt and confusion surrounding Luna's sudden presence in his life. In this moment, Luna's words pierce through all of it. She doesn't ask for forgiveness. She demands recognition. "Don't turn your back on me," she says, voice shaking. "You're my father, and I've spent my whole life not knowing who I am. I need to know you. You owe me that much." Finn says nothing, but his silence isn't rejection, it's indecision. And Luna sees her opening. She doubles down. "I'm not here to cause trouble," she says. "I'm not Sheila. I'm not Steffi's enemy. I just want to be your daughter. You're a good man, Finn. Be brave enough to let me in." It's a perfect storm emotionally, psychologically, and it unfolds at the very moment that Liam is giving Finn a heartfelt speech about forgiveness. Liam, lying in a hospital bed, is reflecting on his life, his regrets, the ways he's let down the people who mattered most. He tells Finn that life is too short to cling to anger, too fragile to deny love when it comes knocking. Finn absorbs every word, and though it's subtle, a shift takes place within him. Luna might not get a yes from him today, but she doesn't walk away with a no either. And that's enough to fuel her next move. Back at Brooke's house, another emotional earthquake is underway. Steffi sits down with Hope, face grim, tone quiet, and delivers news that devastates. She tells Hope everything. About Liam's collapse, the brain bleed, the emergency surgery, and worst of all, the inoperable brain tumor. Hope is shattered. Her first instinct is disbelief. She demands tests, second opinions, anything that could disprove the horror Steffi has just placed in front of her. But Steffi is relentless. This isn't conjecture. This isn't rumor. It's fact. The doctors have spoken. Liam is dying. The tears come fast. Hope crumbles under the weight of it. Every memory, every mistake, every what if and could have been swirls around her like a hurricane. She doesn't want to hear Steffi. She doesn't want to process this reality. But the truth doesn't wait for permission. Steffi remains composed, even as her own heart breaks. She tells Hope that they both need to be there for Liam now. That whatever issues they've had in the past don't matter anymore. Liam needs them united, not divided. For the children. For his peace. In that moment, the tension that has long defined their relationship begins to soften. There's no winning or losing here, only grief and solidarity. Two women, bound by the same man, facing the same loss. Liam, meanwhile, begins preparing for the inevitable. He starts writing letters for his children, sharing memories, advice, love. He asks Hope and Steffi to promise him one thing, that they'll look after each other when he's gone. That they'll rise above the rivalry. That they'll create a safe, loving home for the children he'll leave behind. Steffi promises. Hope does too. But as sincere as the vow is, the storm is only just beginning. Because Luna isn't going away. And neither is Sheila. In the shadows, Sheila Sharp watches everything unfold with the cold patience of a chess master. She sees Luna pushing toward Finn. She sees Finn cracking under emotional pressure. And she knows eventually someone will fall. And when they do, she'll be there to exploit the moment. The episode ends with Luna standing at the edge of the cliff near the Forrester estate, looking out over the water, clutching a photograph of Finn in one hand and a childhood keepsake in the other. Her vow echoes in her mind. I will have my family. One way or another. The pieces are moving. The board is set. And as the bold and the beautiful charges forward, it's clear no one is safe. Not from grief. Not from betrayal. And certainly not from the truth. Would you like a continuation of this storyline into a fanfiction series or further development into a full episode script? Thursday's episode of The Bold and the Beautiful, airing May 8th, 2025, delivers a brutal emotional blow that redefines relationships, redraws loyalties, and forces everyone involved to confront the fragility of life and the urgency of love. As the episode unfolds, the spotlight narrows on the two women who have shared a complicated history, Steffi Forrester and Hope Logan, now tethered by tragedy as they face the unthinkable reality of Liam Spencer's deteriorating health. The morning is heavy. Brooke's house, typically a place of warmth and family, is wrapped in silence. Hope paces near the window, phone in hand, anxiety written across every inch of her face. Her instincts told her something was off the moment Liam stopped responding. But the knock at the door that comes shortly after is not from Liam, it's Steffi. And what she brings with her isn't reassurance. It's devastation. Steffi's presence alone sends a signal that something is deeply wrong. She's calm, but not composed. There's a subtle tremor in her voice as she speaks. She sits Hope down. Her words are chosen carefully, but they can't soften the impact. Liam has a brain tumor, Steffi finally says. It's inoperable. Hope doesn't react right away. Her brain stalls, heart slamming in her chest, breath caught in her throat. She stares at Steffi, waiting for the punchline, the follow-up, the correction that will undo what she just heard. But Steffi just looks back, her eyes glossy with tears, confirming the worst. Hope breaks. All the air escapes her lungs as the reality starts sinking in. No, there's got to be a mistake, she whispers. He's fine. I just spoke to him. But Steffi shakes her head, and then the dam bursts. Steffi recounts everything: Liam's sudden collapse, the seizure, the rushed ambulance ride, the surgery to stop the bleeding, and then, the worst part, the moment the doctors discovered the tumor, nestled too deep to remove, too advanced to treat. Hope sobs uncontrollably. She clutches at the chair's arms as if anchoring herself to something real. But Steffi doesn't stop. They gave him a timeline, she says. Not long. Weeks, maybe. It's aggressive. And he knows. He asked me to tell you. Hope's world begins to tilt. All the memories, all the fights, all the shared smiles with Liam play out in her mind. Beth, she gasps. What about Beth? Steffi nods solemnly. She understands. And Kelly, she adds. We have to prepare them. We have to find a way to help them through this. Hope's first instinct is to protect Beth. She starts asking questions. How much time do they have? Is Liam in pain? Can he still function? Can he still spend time with his daughter? Steffi answers the best she can. Liam is lucid for now. He's determined to stay strong, to be there for the girls as much as possible. But the end is coming, sooner than anyone wants to admit. Then comes another question, one that changes the direction of the conversation. Does Bill know? Hope asks. Steffi hesitates. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Liam hasn't told Wyatt either. Hope frowns. That doesn't sit right. She knows Liam and Bill have had a tense, complicated relationship. But this isn't something to keep hidden. He has to know, Hope says. That's his son. He deserves to know. Steffi doesn't disagree. But she reminds Hope how fiercely independent Liam can be, especially when it comes to dealing with pain. He didn't want pity, Steffi says. He didn't want to worry them. Hope shakes her head. This isn't about pride. This is about saying goodbye. They deserve a chance to make things right before it's too late. The weight of it all presses down on both women. But amid the sadness, something remarkable begins to emerge, a unity that hasn't existed between them in years. Hope and Steffi, once rivals in love, now find themselves on the same side, united by grief, bound by motherhood, and strengthened by a shared love for the man they're about to lose. Whatever differences we had, Hope says, they don't matter now. All that matters is that Liam knows we're here. That the girls are okay. That we're going to get through this. Together. Steffi nods. Together. It's a quiet, powerful moment. One that Liam would have wanted. One that shows the best of both women, not as rivals, not as romantic adversaries, but as co-parents, as friends, as survivors. While the two women navigate the emotional chaos, Liam lies in a hospital room, staring at the ceiling, lost in thought. He thinks about all the moments he won't get. Beth's school plays, Kelly's birthdays, holidays, first heartbreaks, graduations, weddings. It hits him in waves, the life he's being forced to abandon. He's written letters to both his daughters, pouring out every ounce of wisdom, love, and regret he can summon. And he's made a decision. No more secrets. No more walls. The next scene shows Hope standing on Bill's doorstep. She doesn't hesitate. She knocks, and when he answers, she wastes no time. It's about Liam, she says. You need to sit down. Bill listens as Hope tells him everything. At first, he tries to interrupt. disbelief rising in his voice. What are you talking about? Liam's fine. I saw him last week. No, he's not. Hope cuts in. He's not fine. He's dying. The words hit like a freight train. Bill sinks into the nearest chair, shock washing over him. How? When? Why didn't he tell me? Because he didn't want you to see him weak, Hope says. But he needs you now, even if he won't say it. You deserve the chance to be there. Bill doesn't answer. He just stares ahead, lost in his own flood of emotion. But his mind is already made up. He's going to see his son. Back at the hospital, Steffi returns to Liam's room. He's weak but still trying to keep up his sense of humor. Let me guess, he says, smiling faintly. Hope flipped out. She's heartbroken, Steffi replies, sitting beside him. But she's not going anywhere. And neither am I. Liam's smile fades as his eyes well up. I'm not ready to go. Steffi takes his hand. Then don't. Not yet. Fight. For as long as you can. As the camera pans out, the episode closes on Liam, Steffi, and Hope, all entangled in the same moment of grief, resilience, and the beginning of an ending they never wanted to face. But the story isn't over. Luna is still out there, and Sheila lurks like a shadow behind every corner. The days ahead will test everyone in ways they never imagined. But for now, on May 8th, 2025, the bold and the beautiful delivers a rare, raw hour of television where rivalry becomes unity, pain becomes purpose, and time becomes the only thing no one can stop. Would you like this turned into a full serialized script or extended with a follow-up episode?